Welcome back to part 2 of Cave Story.
I'm Neil.
I'm Mike.
We're Famous Ghosts, and
We're going to the egg corridor.
that's true.
Um,
Are we going to?
Oh
the
yeah,
corridor?
we always do that.
We have to activate this.
So something about you that a lot of people don't know.
What's that?
Alright, just making sure we get there.
And there's plenty of things that people don't know about me. There's stuff I don't know about myself.
Okay,
that
something
some
that
people know.
So I've
Okay.
heard that you weren't a fan of eggs growing up.
No. What is this word on the street?
Yeah.
All eggs or just? Okay. So this is something that I've never actually talked out loud about, so it's weird. So this is gonna be
I'm gonna
sort
watch
of
out for Sonic down there because it's a little death-defying to get in a run-in with him.
True. Okay, so this is sort of a soul-searching journey for me.
Yeah.
But
About eggs?
it's kind of a revelation. So
Is this like you bulking up? Like a story about
no, quite
because
quite
that would
it
go hand in
starts-
hand with protein.
It starts with me being sick, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I remember I was about 10 years old, and I had eaten a lot of scrambled eggs.
Yep.
Up to that point. And I was 10 years old and I was sick. And my mom gets me breakfast in
So
bed.
you ate a lot of scrambled eggs
Yeah.
while you were growing up.
Yeah. And
Something I didn't know.
yeah, up until the age of 10, scrambled eggs was maybe every day I had scrambled eggs
Wow.
instead of like Cookie Crisp or whatever. Or like Lucky
I never
Charms.
had Cookie Crisp in my life.
Okay.
It seems bad.
Yeah. Well,
Even my younger self was like, "Fuck that, cookies for breakfast." No,
That's true.
not gonna be good. Like, even then, I was like, "This is immature."
I liked Apple Jacks. That was my favorite.
I mean, if I was gonna go like street,
Yeah.
I'd go Lucky Charms.
Okay.
If I was just gonna, fuck it.
Leprechauns into Hood.
Yeah.
Isn't that a movie?
Probably. I think it's directed by a rapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes, maybe?
Like one of them, sure.
Okay, so anyway, I was 10 years old.
Yep.
I was sick. I was in bed. Eggs were put in front of me. My mom put eggs in front of me and was like, eat these for breakfast.
Yeah.
The film that was on, Fantasia, fantastic Disney film. I remember the specific part.
Fantasia is one of my favorite films.
It was the part with there's like the demon on the hill and he's overlooking the city.
Do you know why it's one of my favorite films? Guess.
The art.
Dinosaurs.
So you must be a big fan of Land Before Time also.
That
That was one of my favorite.
I don't know if I love
movies growing
baby
up.
dinosaurs. I did like it growing up, but I never really. I'm not a fan of babies.
Okay.
So
Jurassic Park though.
this guy, I think, is the developer of this game.
Pixel, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
he looks like a little bit Japanese in
Yeah.
the sprite. I don't know if that's. I don't know. I mean, right?
I guess.
Am I
so.
making that up? I don't know.
Okay.
He
So
might be a furry.
there's a demon overlooking this
I
hill,
don't know.
and I smell the eggs. Overwhelming, smell of sulfur coming from these eggs.
This is.
And between that and like the demon from Fantasia, put me off eggs. And from that, when you just like get this idea in your head, you're just like, that's it, over, no more eggs for
Yeah.
me. That was the day. I
Wow.
remember it specifically. After that, I refused to eat eggs.
I didn't like
and-
him because I didn't trust him.
I did not eat eggs until it was many years later.
Yep.
I had taken a trip to Eastern Europe, Moldova, and I was on a flight from Paris, France to Boston Airport, the area that we are from,
Sure.
Logan. And I'm starving. The whole ordeal, the whole trip took it was like a 24, 30-hour journey between bus rides and like planes and layovers and stuff like that. I was starving. I hadn't eaten much the entire trip. And there was an in-flight meal. What's
Raw
the
eggs.
What's the in-flight meal? Well,
Bear Grylls.
no, eggs. They're omelets.
Omelets. Sure.
Omelets are put in front of me. This is all I can eat, by the way. So I am
All you can eat
forced-
omelets.
No.
Or all you could eat.
That's literally all I could eat were these. There were maybe like some in-flight pretzels, but like I needed nourishment. I needed protein.
Sure.
So
Oh, you gotta hurry. Fuck. Well, this is the trick of this room. You go in real fast, boom, hearts. And now you have to wait like 10 minutes, so continue.
Okay, so I have these eggs laid out in front of me in these tiny little plastic utensils.
Cadbury eggs.
No, I already said they were not Cadbury eggs.
I thought you were saying tiny little tinfoil shells.
No. So I open the container. I see the, the cheese omelet, and I pick up my plastic fork, my plastic knife, and I eat it. After 10 years of no eggs at all, I eat these eggs, and I go, you know what? These are terrible eggs, even like compared to other eggs that I've eaten, because it was an in-flight meal. But I said, from now on, like, eggs have saved my life. They gave me something when I had nothing. So now I eat eggs almost every day.
Fair enough. You know what I was scared of
What?
growing up?
I still love Fantasia.
Extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial what?
E.T.
Oh.
That guy.
Oh, you were terribly afraid of him. I think you've told me that before.
Terribly. I wouldn't watch the movie until I was like 12.
Yeah.
Like, the movie was so terrifying. Would not watch it at all. Finally, built up the courage. Like when I was, like, 13 or something, I was like, I'm gonna watch E.T. because I'm a man.
Yeah. Even though E.T., I guess technically from like the audience point of view, for like who is it intended for, 13's a little old for E.T. almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the intended audience.
The intended audience is like 6.
Okay. So did you ever watch Mac and Me? It was like a E.T. ripoff.
No, I didn't watch anything related to E.T. Fuck that. So I watched the whole thing, and I claim that I watched it. Like, I don't know why I didn't just lie, but
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing with my eyes closed, and then there's one part in the movie where he puts a sheet over himself,
Oh.
you know?
Yeah.
I
Where he's
watched that part without my eyes closed, and then I told everyone I watched the whole movie.
Wow. Was this by yourself, or was there someone else you were watching?
It was probably by myself.
Wow.
Yeah. I also had,
Discovery.
for some reason this brought back something. I had, at one point, I used to collect Ninja Turtle action figures.
Yeah, me too.
And I had like a whole storage box full of them, like maybe like 40 different ones.
Okay.
It's like the one thing I wanted in life, and I got a lot of them. And one
Yeah, look at
time,
that guy.
my cousin, a different cousin
Yeah.
that I've never talked about, he took the box of Ninja Turtle action figures and disembodied all of them.
Yeah.
Like took apart all their legs and arms and heads and mishmashed them all up. And we made I don't know what I just said. Oh, I told her I saved her.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well. Whatever.
Yeah.
And anyways, we made like Super Rangers. And then a year later, I turned maybe a few years later, I went back and went to open the box, and they were all disfigured and mashed up, and I was like, why'd I do that? I kind of want these now. Like, it'd
Yeah.
be cool, like Memento, but they're all stupid.
And you wouldn't remember exactly which legs go where. I guess you'd have to go online.
Half of them are like broken.
Yeah. It's too bad.
It was a fun night.
I can remember the last action figure that I bought, actually.
Like action figure or collectible?
Teenage Mutant
Because
Ninja
you do
Turtles
love to
action figure.
you do love to collect chibi superheroes at Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's something I love to do. I love those cheese.
you just love how they're like bobbleheads, right?
Yeah.
And like,
specifically like Disney bobbleheads.
I mean,
yeah.
I like that you have a hobby. I like that you have passion, but it was a little sick that I walked in your room and I couldn't even step on the floor because it was filled with chibi action figures from Barnes and Nobles.
Right. Well, I don't even sleep in that room. That's the chibi room.
Oh, you gave up your room for the chibis. You
Yeah.
sleep on the couch upstairs now.
Well, yeah, I was inspired by that song, you know. I did it all for the chibis. Come on, the chibis.
Yeah. I've got a few Fred Durst chibis of mine.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
So-
this is assault.
Yeah. So I can recall the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure I got,
I gotta be careful.
which was I think I was 12 years old. I got a $20 gift certificate to Kmart or one of those marts. I don't think it was Walmart because it wasn't built at the time.
Sears.
Could have been Sears. It was
Sears
one
is
of
like
those-
a mart.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
you know,
it
in
was
that-
definitely a mart. Actually, it could have been Toys R Us. I forget exactly which one it is. But I got a $20 gift certificate. And what does a 12-year-old get with a $20 gift certificate?
I just got Ninja Turtles all the time.
Okay. Well,
Oh, a 20-year-old.
no, a 12-year-old.
Oh.
What does a 12-year-old buy with
I
a?
didn't even get that treasure chest. I'm rushing through this.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? I'm gonna say
Snickers bar.
rocket launcher.
Oh. That's a little bit better than a Snickers bar, I'd say. So I bought Weird Al Yankovic cassette, or whatever you call it, a tape.
Jerky Boys album.
Yeah. No, what was it called? The one where it's like Jurassic Park on the cover. Alapalooza. I bought
I don't know.
Alapalooza on tape.
I've heard them, but I don't.
Cassette tape.
I couldn't differentiate anything.
Oh, it's one of the better Weird Al albums. That and
Relative to Weird Al albums.
Yeah. Bad Hair Day, I think, was my favorite, but
Is that like a Green Day fake Green Day one or something?
I think that's the one with Amish Paradise. That could be.
Okay, yeah.
I could be wrong.
It's a classic.
That might be
I guess.
Poodle Hat. I don't know.
In the context of
Yeah.
oh, I gotta upgrade my weapons.
Yeah.
So you can
And I got-
little known fact about this game.
Yeah.
Switch your weapon. Don't have to use your bombs out. That's just we're just gonna give out little Easter
tidbits.
eggs here and there.
Yeah.
Little.
Eggs.
I mean, game facts told me this.
This
so-
game's all about eggs.
Yeah.
So,
And nachos.
nacho eggs.
Eggs and nachos and bunnies and rabbits.
So I have my heart set on. I know when I go into this mart that I'm going to buy a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure, and I get to the
Okay.
toy section, and
I had a catamaran
literally,
great.
okay, literally,
from Ninja Turtles. A Ninja Turtle catamaran.
is that the
Yeah, and
the Ninja Turtles mobile?
and like a reptile rode on it. I don't remember his name. Anyways, what?
So literally, the only one that they had was Super Shredder, because this was at the
Super
tail
Shredder's
end.
fucking badass. Are you gonna knock Super Shredder?
No, I'm gonna say
Okay.
that was literally the
Oh,
only
I
one
thought
that they had, because it was the tail. It was a sad day to be a Ninja Turtles fan, because it was like the very end of the craze. So
Yeah,
they didn't
sure.
have anything. They were probably filled with like, I don't even know it was big. It was before Pokemon though. I think right before Pokemon. So it was this like dismal time to be a fan of
Yeah.
huge fads.
Well, it's the end of Pokemon.
It was before the beginning of
What
it was
fucking great game.
before Pokemon, but after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So all they had was Super Shredder, and I said, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna buy the Super Shredder, and then I bought it, and I didn't regret it. And I listened to Alapalooza, and I played with my Super Shredder, and now I don't know where either of those things gone.
I had a Super Shredder. My neighbor that I talked about before.
The girl one?
No, the Indian.
Oh, okay.
Native American.
Yeah.
He stole it and then he hid it in the dirt in his sandbox and buried it.
That's where that's the only way to kill a
But it
Super
makes
Shredder
sense.
is to bury.
I don't blame
bury
him.
them.
Right.
Yeah.
One time he stole another neighbor a few houses down Batmobile,
Yeah.
and then I was hanging out with the other kid, and like he was like, I got this Batmobile for Christmas, I love it. And then the next day, my other neighbor was like, my uncle gave me a Batmobile, and I was like, really? And then the next day I went over, and he was like, I lost my Batmobile, the other kid. And then I was like, that's really funny because he just got one, but I didn't put it together because I was like,
You're
10.
not a detective.
He also stole my laser tag one time, and it had my initials on it. And then he told me, once I confronted him and said, why'd you steal my laser tag? There's my initials right on it. He was like, oh, I found it in someone else's yard. They stole it. Yeah, he just kept stealing from me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
It makes sense. You know who it is.
Yeah. You know what happens.
And then I remember we were like swinging on a playground one time. I might have said this story before, but he was like, Michael, I'm giving up stealing.
And
You were like
"That's-
10.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a really good thing to do. You should really do that. I didn't have it in me to steal back or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
When you're a kid, it's scary, those confrontations.
He had an iguana too, and do you know iguanas make noise?
And what do they sound like? No, I didn't know that.
And I always feel like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's Iggy. Like, oh.
My cousin had a iguana named Iggy also.
I think that's most iguanas. Like,
Yeah.
75% of child owning iguanas must be Iggy.
See, in my head, like when he named it Iggy, I was like, oh, that's cool. He named it after Iggy Koopa from Super Mario World. But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's what all iguanas are named after. That's just what I thought. Let's see. I was gonna say something. I forgot.
I'm just trying to see where we're going next.
Okay, where are we going next?
To the top of the village to find Sue, who's in a cage.
So that's too bad.
Yeah, she's the doctor doesn't like Sue for some reason.
She's a cute girl though, right?
No, Sue.
Sue's
no.
the.
Well,
rough around
Sue's the one
edges
that we are not sure if she's actually also supposed to be a girl,
Oh, okay.
but we're also bad at stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well.
maybe like we might be completely off base.
Yeah.
But I think Sue's supposed to be a human, and the doctor's trying to get the other girl who's not Sue, and King doesn't like that because King's protecting the little girl.
Oh, I thought of one of my favorite cave stories. It's a recent
More
cave
cave
story.
stories.
It's 127 hours. Takes place in a cave, like almost the entire movie.
I had a cave story too, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. So,
All right, we have to go to the bushlands.
okay. Is the bushlands open?
I don't remember if we have to like do something to set that up. Let's see how long this is, anyways. Okay. Well, next time we'll figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, and we'll go to the bushlands.
Thanks for watching.